Why play Zoe mid? Well, she brings stupidly high burst damage. Her poke is also brilliant, she very easily picks off enemy champions, and she scales incredibly well. However, she is remarkably skillshot reliant, and effects like Cleanse and Zhonya's are strong into her. Zoe's passive is after using an ability, her next attack deals bonus damage and is no longer a projectile. Zoe's Q has two activations. The first is a straight line skill shot which deals damage to nearby enemies hit. However, you don't usually throw this at enemies, and when thrown it lingers in the air for 1 second. Zoe can then recast this ability to launch it quickly in a new direction. The range of this ability is tied to a certain distance away from Zoe, so she can move with it to increase its range. When it hits an enemy, it deals increased damage the further it's travelled to that enemy and enemies nearby. Zoe's W has a passive, where if a nearby enemy champion uses a summoner spell or item active, they drop a copy of it on the floor. Zoe can then pick this up to use it herself, with the active of the ability being to use that effect. In addition, whenever she casts her own summoner spell or uses this effect, she gains a burst of movement speed and summons 3 bolts around her which target nearby enemies. Zoe's E is a straight line skill shot which gains bonus range when fired through terrain. If it misses an enemy, it drops a circle on the floor, but if it hits an enemy or an enemy walks through the circle, they take damage and become drowsy. They're gradually slowed before falling asleep and losing magic resist, and the next instance of damage wakes them up, dealing bonus true damage. Zoe's ultimate is an auto attack reset which causes her to blink in a direction. After a short time, she blinks back. This ability is mainly used to extend the range on her Q. For combos, your massive burst combo is to land E, then throw your Q backwards. Reactivate Q and use the ult to extend the range for massive damage while ulting close enough to make sure you land your empowered attack and ignite. And a good CC combo is to ult into your E and attack. Throw your Q backwards and reactivate it into another attack for massive burst. For matchups, Zoe is great into less mobile champions, getting more chances to hit them, and she can struggle into mobile champions who can dodge her abilities more often. For runes, take this. Electrocute makes your burst even better. For build orders, start Ring and Pot into Ludens and Tier 2 boots. From here, a Shadow Flame and Hat are massive damage before finishing a build with any of these as needed. For skill order, start Q then E then W before maxing Q then E then W, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take Flash and Ignite. Starting the game, you're looking to farm hard, poke your opponent where you can, and then look for massive trades where you can explode them. Zoe with Electrocute and Ignite has plenty of ways to solo kill her opponent. If your opponent's ever in their minion wave, use Q. Since it does splash damage and a good radius, is a good way to start chunking your opponent. And from here, it's all about landing your E. Be tricky going behind terrain to increase the range if needed, but as soon as you do, even from level 2, this will easily half health your opponent. And from level 6, you're now even safer and deal even more damage. Entering the mid game, your bot lane will come mid, but you don't love being in a side lane. So simply push it out and then collapse back with your teams, looking for multiple chances to land E through terrain. Entering late game teamfights, play as the backline mage. You often want to play behind terrain. With your E being enhanced and your ultimate easily going over it, you're just very strong and very safe. From here, if you can land an E onto a carry, you quickly remove them from the map. Otherwise, just keep putting out constant damage while looking for that kill.